Hello everyone, welcome to Shikhara Academy. Today we are going to discuss about different Group 1 and Group 2 posts of TSPSC in Telangana. What are the different posts given in Group 1 and Group 2 examinations? What post can we get through these examinations is our discussion today. So, through the Group 1 examination, it is a very respectable post and we get a very respectable different positions through this examination. So, in Group 1 examination, through the Group 1 examination, we get a post of Deputy Collector. Then we have posts like DSP, Deputy Superintendent of Police. We have posts like Commercial Tax Officer, RTO post, Regional Transport Officer, DPO, District Panchayat Officer, and District Registrar post. So all of these have pay scale of around 58,000 to 1,37,000. In some posts such as RTO, District Panchayat Officer, Registrar, District Registrar, they have a pay scale of 54,000 to 1,33,000. Then let us look at some other posts which we get through the Group 1 examination. We have posts like Deputy Superintendent of Jails, which is having the similar pay scale of 54,000 to 1,33,000. Then we have Assistant Commissioner of Labor. Assistant Commissioner of Labor is also having similar pay scale of 54,000 to 1,33,000. Then the next post such as Assistant Excise Superintendent and Municipal Commissioner Grade 2, they have a pay scale of 51,000 to 1,27,000. Then we have posts such as District BC Welfare Officer, Backward Classes Welfare Officer. So, and we have District Tribal Welfare Officer, Backward Classes Welfare Officer, Tribal Welfare Officer. So, these posts have a pay scale of 54,000 to 1,33,000. Then we have District Employment Officer and Assistant Treasury Officer, Assistant Treasury Officer of Accounts, a Lecturer, Treasuries and Account Service. So, Assistant Treasury Officer and District Employment Officer is having a pay scale of 51,000 to 1,20,000. There is one more post called MPDO post, Mandal Parishad Development Officer, Panchayat Raj and Rural Development Services. This also has a similar pay scale of 51,000 to 1,27,000. So these are the different posts which we get by clearing the Group 1 examinations of TGPSC. So let us look at some important posts and how their career progression happens. So for Deputy Collector, so the entry post for this Group 1, the top ranker will get this post. Top rankers will get the Deputy Collector posts in the Revenue Service. So Deputy Collector is the entry post. Then by promotions, Deputy Collector can become Sub Collector or Additional Collector. Then he can become Joint Collector. Then he can become the District Collector. So in the 3 levels he is reaching to District Collector. After Deputy Collector, Sub Collector, Joint Collector, and for a big district we have more collectors. So he will be a Joint Collector. So the district will having more collectors. So he will act like a Joint Collector. Then he will become a District Collector. After that, he can go to the Secretariat level. In the Secretariat, he will be like a Commissioner. So after 15 to 20 years of service, he can become IAS officer. He can be inducted into IAS officer, Central Services. So based on a panel by UPSC and state government panel, there will be a panel based on their examination, based on the services, based on the excellence. Within 15 to 20 years, he will become an IAS officer. If you look at DSP post, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Police Service. So the entry post is DSP. This is the second most important post of Group 1 examinations. Second most important post of Group 1 examination is DSP post. So DSP can be promoted to Additional Superintendent of Police, then he will become Superintendent of Police. He will become SP. For rural areas, he can become Deputy Commissioner of Police. Then after SP he can become DIG, Deputy Inspector General. So this DSP who has inducted through Group 2 services, he can become IPS officer. He can be inducted into IPS after around 15 years of service. If you look at some more important posts, if you look at Commissioner Commercial Tax Officer, CTO post, CTO is also a very important post in Group 1 services. From CTO he can become Assistant Commissioner of Commercial Taxes, then he can become Deputy Commissioner, then he can become Joint Commissioner, then he becomes Commissioner of the Commercial Taxes. Then this CTO, he also can be promoted to the level of IAS after a proper service, 15 to 20 years of service. We have other Group 1 services like labor, excise, transport, as we have seen above. So their entry posts as per the department, such as Assistant Commissioner of Labor, Regional Transport Officer, Excise Superintendent, these are the entry posts. So they can climb through the departmental hierarchy like Deputy Commissioner, Joint Commissioner, Commissioner. From there they can be promoted to IAS officers. So in the IAS service they can be inducted depending on the different cadre rules. So these are the Group 1 posts and how they are promoted. So by this you will know what is the importance of the Group 1 services. They are inducted into central services such as IAS and IPS. Now let us talk about important posts in Group 2 services. By writing the Group 2 examination, what are the different posts you get? So you have Municipal Commissioner Grade 3, Assistant Commissioner Tax Officer, Assistant Commercial Tax Officer, Nayab Tehsildar. Nayab Tehsildar is a very important post. MRO post, Mandal Revenue Officer post. So Tehsildar. Nayab Tehsildar means Deputy Tehsildar. So Deputy MRO post, you will be inducted at Deputy level. We have Sub Registrar of Grade 2, Prohibition and Excise Sub Inspector, Assistant Sections Officer, Assistant BC Development Officer, Tribal Welfare Officer, etc. So the scale is around 43,000 to 1,18,000, and in some cases we have 38,000 to 1,12,000. So BC officers, BC Development Officer, Tribal Welfare Officer, they are having around 45,000 to 1,24,000. So these are the important Group 2 posts. And let us look at the promotions. We have a post called Nayab Tehsildar, which is Deputy MRO post. So entry level is Deputy MRO. Then he can become MRO. Then he can become Deputy Collector. Then he can become Joint Collector. Then he can become directly District Collector. So even though it is a rare case, but they also can become IAS officers. At the age of their retirement, they can be inducted into IAS. So through the another most important post of Group 2 service is ACTO, Assistant Commercial Tax Officer. So this as ACTO can become CTO, CTO can become Assistant Commissioner, Assistant Commissioner can become Deputy Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner can become Joint Commissioner, and Joint Commissioner can become Commissioner of the Commercial Taxes. So he also can be inducted into IAS at the stage of his retirement. So at the end of his journey, he can be possibly inducted into IAS if the service is excellent. We have another post called Sub Registrar. So the entry level is Sub Registrar Grade 2 is the entry. Then he can become Sub Registrar Grade 1. Then he can become District Registrar. He or she can become District Registrar Group 1. Then they can become Joint Inspector General. Then Inspector General. So here also, if the service is excellent through the promotions, he can also be inducted into IAS at the end of his journey. Then if you look at the Prohibition and Excise Sub Inspector, he enters into the service as a excise SI, then he becomes excise inspector, then excise deputy superintendent, then assistant excise deputy superintendent, then deputy commissioner. Once all this is completed, then he can also be inducted into IAS. Then we have assistant sections officer, ASO in secretariat, in different departments such as general administration, finance department, law department, legislature, etc. So in different departments he can become assistant section officer. Then he can become SO, section officer, then assistant secretary, then deputy secretary, then joint secretary, then secretary to the government. Then he can be inducted. At the end of his journey, he can also go into the IAS. He can be inducted into IAS through the excellence of his service. Then we have Group 2 officers can reach Group 1 level through departmental promotions, such as Nayab Tahsildar becoming Tahsildar, he becoming deputy collector, then becoming collector. In that way, through departmental promotions, the Group 2 officers can reach Group 1 level. Once in the Group 1 service, their career path merges into Group 1. So the Group 2 officer, when he reaches the Group 1 level, then the career path will be similar to the Group 1 officers based on his retirement age. So from there, they can also reach IAS, IPS after 15 to 20 years of service. So this is the reason Group 1 and Group 2 examinations are extremely important. Because through these examinations, very prestigious posts are given to the aspirants. So Group 1 examination has two levels, prelims and mains. So in prelims, it is a MCQ based question paper, 150 questions will be asked, no negative marking. Then in mains, they have one general English paper, which is a qualifying paper. Then we have 6 papers. In the 6 papers, one paper is essay and other papers are based on general studies and Telangana movement. So in this way, the mains marks of these papers will be counted in the merit. Based on the marks you get in these papers, you will be given the rank. Whereas in the Group 2 services, you don't have 2 levels, you only have 1 level where you will write 4 papers of 150 marks each. So first paper will be GS paper and fourth paper will be Telangana movement paper. Remaining 2 and 3 will be GS topics, GS subjects like economy, polity, society, etc. So in this way, by clearing these examinations, you can achieve these prestigious posts. Hence, it is important to build up your foundation. If you want to prepare for these examinations, you have to build your foundations. Make a 6-month strategy. Build your foundation subjects such as polity, economy, geography and history. You also have science and technology. You build these subjects. Then on this you prepare Telangana movement. Then on this you prepare Telangana history, Telangana geography and Telangana economy. And along with this you prepare current affairs. Within current affairs you will also have IR, SNT current affairs, certain environment current affairs, state specific policies, state policies and central policies, etc. So through this type of preparation, you make a scheduled 6 months plan, you prepare in that way. By this you can achieve these prestigious posts. So start preparing, keep revising and click on the link below to see what different type of courses Shikhara Academy is providing, and call this number so that you will get a holistic idea of these examinations. Thank you.